Mais um dia, mais uma live. Começando aí o dia 69. Hoje a gente vai continuar na videoaula que a gente estava assistindo essa semana sobre Functional Programming. Aqui, ó. Já tá até aqui.
All the methods right here.
Ah, Bonecoisa aqui. A gente fez um progresso legal. Putz, vai ficar zoado, né? A gente fez um progresso interessante aqui. Ontem a gente terminou com ele conectando tudo, né? Usando o JavaString. Eu quero escrever isso aqui hoje para ver. A gente tem que criar uma classe interna chamada pessoa person que tem um enum chamado gender. Tem Vou criar aqui a classe. Isso aqui vai demorar um pouquinho, mas é bom que reforça um pouco, né? Eu acho que isso aqui não fica aqui, né? Eu acho que isso aqui fica no main. Tirar ele aqui e colocar aqui no main. Aí. Por que eu não consigo diminuir isso aqui, cara? Aí.
So still
Eu preciso de uma lista também, né? Vou criar aqui um SVM.
right here. So Streams API and command this
Pera aí.
abstraction mode. And if you want to learn about all of this, I've got this course right here where I teach everything about the Java Streams API, tick, void, num gender, as well as the person class. So
Ele não tem número não, ele só... Deixa eu colocar aqui em static class.
let me close this and then right
Colocou person. Pera aí.
person class. So let me close this and then right here, let me paste that in and I'm going to cancel because I don't want to import from imperative.main. So cancel and let me go. So let's take this
Colocar vírgula.
List right here. So we're going to take this list, and then we can close this once more, and then right here inside, let's go ahead and paste it. And you see right here it's trying to import from imperative.main. Cancel out of it, and let's simply import the actual list ourselves. So I've just pressed option enter, and right here let's import male and gender, just like that. And finally, let's go ahead and add a static import for those. So I'm just pressing option and then enter, add static import. Now let me go ahead and close this static import, just like that. And finally, let's go ahead and add a static import for those. So I'm just pressing option and then enter, add static import. Now let me go ahead and close this, and let's actually use what we've learned in the previous section.
Como que ele fez isso?
Static import. Now let me go ahead and close this.
Será que eu tenho que colocar que o gender é static? Posso fazer isso?
Import for those, enter, and right here let's import male and gender, just like that. And finally, let's go ahead and add a static import for those. So I'm just pressing option and then enter, add static import. Now let me go ahead and close this, and let's actually use what we've learned in the previous section with streams. So this is pretty much where everything starts to make sense. So let's go ahead and use a couple of those functional interfaces that we've learned. So if I collapse this, or actually open this, so consumer, function, predicate, and suppliers. So go ahead and simply say people dot and then stream, right? So stream pretty much takes us to an abstraction.
Como é que ele fez esse import do static, cara?
Add that. So now if I run this, I do get the exact same result. So this is pretty much how you use a supplier. So a supplier simply is then message different interface. Remember, look, and again, once more is ourselves. So I've just put the static in, just like that. And finally, let's go ahead and add a static import for those. So I'm just pressing Option and then enter, add static import. Now let me go ahead and close this, and let's actually use what we've learned in the previous section with streams. So this is pretty much where everything starts to make sense. So let's go ahead and use a couple of those functional interfaces that we've learned. So if I collapse this, or actually open this, so consumer, function, predicate, and suppliers. So go ahead and simply say people dot and then stream, right? So stream pretty much takes us to an abstraction mode. And if you want to learn about all of this, I've got this course right here where take code you on. This is done. And now go ahead and simply say dot. So what I want you to do is to actually look carefully. So right here. So look at the methods that we have. We have map, collect, filter, find first, for each, all match. But what I want you to see is exactly, look, the map function takes a function, right? Takes a function of some type that extends person, and then you can see the other one, so the other argument, so question mark extends R, mapper. So this is exactly what we've learned, right? So a function takes an input and produces an output. So the same with collect. So collect is a supplier, and you can see a by consumer. So this is awesome, right? This is everything that we've learned. So the same with filter, takes a predicate, find first, so this returns simply an optional. For each takes a consumer, right? Let's look another one. So for example, drop while, this takes a predicate, find any, flat map, so this is a very useful function, takes a function inside, and right here, flat map to int, map to double, so this takes a to double function, right? And you can see right here, non-match, a very useful function as well. Reduce, binary operator, and then right here you have another reduce, and then look at this, sorted takes a comparator, it's not relevant to us. Take while, you can see that this takes a predicate. Show you, for example, how to use this map function. So go ahead and simply select the map function, and the map function simply does transformations. So right here, this takes a person, right? And from here, what we want to return. So I want to return person dot and then the actual gender. Now let's go ahead and simply say dot and then collect, and then collect is to set, right? So, and also let me extract this to a variable, genders, and then south, and then genders, or actually not even south. So let me simply remove that, because I want you to see exactly what we're doing. So right here, so instead of collect, let's go ahead and simply say dot, and then look at this, for each takes a consumer, and we've learned about consumers, right? A consumer simply takes an argument and produces nothing, so void, right? So right here we will take a gender, and what we want to do with this gender, so we want to simply do a system dot out dot print line and then gender, and now we can use method reference with this like so, and beautiful code. Now let me go ahead and run this method.
Ponto map. O que o collector faz mesmo? Eu não lembro do collector, mano. Calma aí.
So you can see what we are doing. Ta-da, there we go, male and female, right? So you can see that we mapped everything. So right here, we stream the people list. So, oops, so right here, we stream the people list, right? Contains a bunch of people right here. So John, Maria, Aisha, Alex, and Alice. So we map, so we perform a transformation on that list. So we convert every single one of them into a gender. So now we simply have a list full of genders, and then we collect to a set, removing duplicates, and then we simply print.
Então se eu só usar for each aqui, ele vai repetir tudo, né? Ele printou tudo. O que o map faz? Operação de mediana que transforma cada elemento do Java aplicando uma função para ele. Vamos colocar aqui um collect. Collectors to set. Entendi.
That's why you see that we have only male and female right here. So if I was to have another gender right here, cannot, or actually prefer not to say, but basically this is and then stream, and then right here, let's go ahead and simply say all and then match. Basically, we want to know that in our list we only have females. So right here, so this takes a predicate, and remember, a predicate looks like this. So this will take a person, and then in this list we want to make sure that we only have females. So female dot and then equals person dot and then
Female.
oh, actually not people, person dot and then gender. There we go. And now end this with semicolon, and if I extract this to a variable, you can see that this is a boolean. Now let me go ahead and simply say contains only females. There we go. And if I do a south on this, south, and then contains only females, and let me actually go ahead and destructure all of this. So I'm going to extract this to a variable and check this out. So right here, so we've learned about predicates, right? So this is what we've learned previously. So now let me go ahead and run this again, and you can see that it's false.
Legal, legal. É isso, consegui. Eu dei uma praticadinha aqui, né? Escrevendo código. Na parte de string ainda tá um pouco mais complexo do que de lambda. Eu sinto que eu peguei bem melhor lambda agora. E fica mais fácil também saber o que passar dentro, né? Como parâmetro, né? Dos strings. Tá bem mais fácil agora. Mas, por exemplo, aqui no... Essa linha aqui. Ele tá pegando o map por sua vez, que é uma alteração que eu fiz na string de person. E aí nesse map eu tô dizendo para ele pegar somente o gênero. E aqui esse collect aqui, o que ele deveria fazer é botar todos eles num collect, num set, né? Porque o set não permite repetição. E aí, só printar aqui. E pronto. Mas eu nunca ia saber que pra eu fazer isso aqui eu ia ter que usar um collect, sabe? Eu acho que isso aqui o restante é prática, né? Mas de resto eu peguei. É isso, eu vou sair fora. Amanhã eu quero dar uma brincada a mais, mexer um pouco mais nesse código. Agora eu já deixei ele no jeito, né? Pra poder ficar mexendo com as strings, porque aqui eu já criei a classe pessoa, já botei o construtor, fiz o override, coloquei o gender aqui. Eu só não consegui colocar ele static, né? Pra eu poder colocar aqui, eu não sei como é que ele fez. Na verdade eu sei que ele colocou em outra classe, né? Então ele tá importando de lá. Aí eu não sei se eu consigo fazer isso aqui. Provavelmente deve ter como. Mas é isso, vou sair fora. Valeu todo mundo que rolou. Amanhã, como sempre, tem mais.